and welcome to Speedforce, the Flash podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Hernandez.
And I'm your other host, Phil Maynard. This week we're going to be reviewing episode 7 of the Flash Power Outage. As you could tell, the voice difference is new. This is Anthony, not Eric anymore. I moved back home from Zion, and now I switched out my co-hosts a little bit.
I was previously in the Arrow podcast that we did.
No, we did. We did Shield.
We did Shield. I always think we did Arrow for some reason.
No,
we did Shield. My bad. Okay, we were in Shield.
You were a terrible co-host.
I think this is like the fourth time that I've said that we've done an Arrow podcast and we've never done one.
This week, yes.
Yeah.
No, I told you to listen to an Arrow podcast, but you never did. And
yeah, but I was in our Shield podcast for a while before
Sword.
Sword.
Yes, Shield's weird online recorded discussion.
I remember, but it was a long time ago. And then Phil went off to Zion, and then I stayed here, and it got crazy. But I'm back.
Yeah, he's back now. We got everyone used to love Anthony as the co-host because he's the fun one, I guess.
I don't know what I am.
I don't know. We don't know what you are half the time.
Alright, so the episode we're reviewing is Power Outage.
Yeah, we didn't get any emails this week. Oh, never mind. I was going to plug, but I can do that next week when it's actually published. So I'm going to be pressing play in just a second right now. So we're getting the opening right now with Barry doing the obvious introduction like they do on Arrow and Constantine. Did you know on Constantine the show also opens with hello, or my name is John Constantine, just like how this starts off with my name is Barry Allen.
I've never seen Constantine.
I have the first episode on iTunes. It was free when it first came out. They just canceled the show, I believe.
Oh, that's horrible. I hate it when that happens. I'm glad this show survived.
I'm glad too, but I'm not surprised either.
There's always a risk though.
Yeah,
with a show like this, and it survived. Really, it's gonna stay around for a while.
Yeah, they're planning for 10 years.
Yeah, the newspaper thing 10 years.
Yeah, they were really
you know what I noticed?
ahead of themselves on that first episode.
It's way ahead of what happens in this episode, but I didn't say when we were watching it. But I saw Queen written on that newspaper article, but just Queen. I didn't see Oliver, or not just the word Queen. I was
they know that we do spoiler alerts. Watch the episode before you.
If you ain't watching the episode and you're just listening to the podcast, there's something wrong with you.
You need to go back, re-listen, or rewatch that. That's what we just did. We just watched the episode like 2 minutes ago.
What's the guy who's climbing the tower?
His name?
Yeah, what's his name?
Farouk.
Farouk? That's hard to say.
Faroq.
Right. Well, the episode starts off with Farouk climbing on the top of an electrical tower.
Are you sure it's an electrical tower? Because I thought
it looks like an electrical station.
Yeah, it is an electrical station. I thought it was just a roller coaster.
But this is when the what is it called? The particle accelerator blows up. So
kaboomy. This
explains how he got it. Basically, this whole little clip is just how he got his powers.
10 months prior, yeah.
I don't know what. He may have been passed out for 10 months, like Barry.
Well,
because he didn't start up until this episode, which is a year after he got his powers.
Ooh, was that a plane crashing into the boom? Because that may have been in the first episode.
Yeah, that was in the first episode.
Yeah. With the one guy flying away, that might have been
it was, and then
the weather wizard.
Yeah, I forgot about that
guy. So we see this guy get electrocuted, and he doesn't get super speed,
which is weird. Barry gets struck by a lightning bolt, gets super fast. This guy gets struck by just electrical current, and he gets the powers of electricity. So
it's just, where's the mix?
Oh no, maybe the chemicals that blew up when Barry got struck.
Yeah, I think that may have been it.
May have changed it, but it's still weird.
So we have Wells going to his safety room.
Yeah, I don't get the
standing room.
I don't get the safety. I don't get that room. Like, first off, why does he even pretend to be in a wheelchair? That from the start, if you're not paralyzed, don't pretend to be paralyzed.
By the way, the actress who plays Gideon, the voice here, real quick, 52s.
52s are all on the board.
Yeah. The actress who plays Gideon, she's actually a DC veteran. She's done the voice of so many different DC characters. Right now I'm drawing a blank on a lot of them, but I know she was Black Canary on Young Justice.
So we after we see the special room, the room where you can't be paralyzed for some reason. I don't know. We get to Barry's just average day. He's running late. He's using his super speed just to get through average events.
Yeah. And the whole time, Wells, I believe, is doing a voiceover.
Well, I don't get... is how do you know what everyone wanted?
That's my thing
Like,
too.
he just super speed got him ran a cup of coffee.
I love this. It's the scene where he's getting mugged, and his face is just so happy right now. By the way, there are two Easter eggs that I want to point out in the background. There's a picture of a face of a woman, and I can't read the name. Natalie Snow, but I think that's not the name. It's not the actress. It's the character.
She looks a little like the lady from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, she actually fell into a volcano and became to change her size. And the other poster behind him is Nighthawk and Cinnamon, who are star-crossed lovers from an old Western comic. So he just strips the guy off in the alleyway and brings a cop to him.
The cop immediately just ignores the fact that he was in one spot and now is in another. Just
yeah. It's like, what?
I like this little like Siri type thing he's got going on.
By the way, that's
cool.
Does
that say Queen?
It says, you want to know who it also says?
Let's see. It says merger. Oh, Wayne, Tech, and Queen. So Bruce Wayne's involved in this.
Yeah, and it's Wayne Tech and Queen Inc.
Well, if that's 10 years in the future, it might be Justice League related.
Yeah, the thing with the Queen Inc. though is Queen in the show in Arrow has had many different names. Industries was it originally,
and
then it was consolidated. Now it's Palmer Tech, and now in this 10 years in the future says that it's going to be Queen Inc.
So it stands to make sense that Oliver Queen might become leader of his company once again in the future, 10 years from now.
We can hope.
Yeah, I mean that's 10 years. A lot of stuff can happen. In 1 year, man, their city got destroyed.
Yeah.
1 year, this guy Barry Allen becomes like a super speed demon. Like anything could happen in 10 years.
Well, truthfully, that happened in one night for him.
Yeah.
Episode 11, season 2.
He just gets struck and he's just out for a while. I would too after you get struck by lightning.
So we have Barry actually arriving at Star Labs, which happened a while ago, but we're still catching up. Where Wells is angry at Barry for being late always and using his power selfishly, and he wants to build the future of medicine with him.
I'm wondering if that's just a cover. There's a plate to make.
Oh, there
so
is. Yeah. He's trying to get Barry to activate the Speedforce.
It goes super fast.
We know he wants to hit the Speedforce, which we're welcoming him to come on to the Speedforce podcast if he wants. I mean, if anyone out there knows Grant Gustin and wants to tweet him, Instagram him, Tumblr, I think it's another thing that people do.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, just give him the ploy that we do at the end of the episode with the email and the Facebook page and have him come on here and we'll interview him.
And on an unrelated note, if anyone knows Gabriel Iglesias, please tell him to come too.
Yeah. He's fluffy.
He's fluffy. It makes total sense.
So they're at a homicide area now.
Yeah, a body's burnt super bad. It looks like Barry.
And he's got mad skills. Yeah,
Barry's got mad skills, and it took 2,400 degrees to destroy that body. Sorry, that was my phone. I don't turn it off sometimes.
Jeez.
I get alerts just from Facebook. I hate that.
So we're seeing. We just got a recap of Joe getting messed up. At the end of the episode last week, I think it was.
Yeah, Zoom shows up and warns him, like, lay off, basically.
Stay away, stop trying to figure out Nora Allen's murder.
Which is weird because me and Phil were talking about this and we were just trying to figure out who's Zoom. He already has his powers currently, so it can't be anybody right now who doesn't have powers.
Yeah.
But it makes so much sense that it's the doctor and the I always forget everyone's name in the show, but man in the wheelchair.
Dr. Wells.
Dr. Wells. It makes so much sense if it was Dr. Wells.
See, that's the thing. It makes too much sense that it's Dr. Wells.
If you've seen this episode, obviously you know the very end, and we'll talk about it later, but it's like it just leans towards that he is Zoom, but
yeah,
can't be.
And the thing is even Arrow, they were throwing all these things at you to show you, hey, this is who the Dark Archer is, this is who the Dark Archer is. And then at the end of this episode, you find out that it's someone entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way they're doing it. The show's written by the same people.
Yeah, it's obvious it is.
So,
and they have the crossover coming up soon. It's like they could do that because it's written by the same people.
Yeah, and the thing is, you could tell that it can't be Wells. It can't be Wells. That's Professor Zoom, or Reverse Flash, whatever you want to call him, because it's too obvious, and the writers won't do that. They'll make it more fun. So we have Barry with the Power Vampire, is what I think Cisco calls him later.
So he gets struck by his electric powers and basically absorbs Barry's ability to run fast.
But the thing is, the guy can't run fast.
Yeah. He just absorbs, like, the energy but can't use it the same way Barry does.
Because Barry puts off so much electricity when he runs. Also, and that's what this guy feeds on.
Barry's DNA is different. He got altered, so he can use that energy he has inside of him to run fast.
Yeah.
But this guy, he just absorbs it, like, he's just storing energy.
Yeah.
He can't use it the way Barry can. I like the way he looks, though. He looks really drunk and intoxicated when he's walking away. Like, Barry was just a fine whiskey, and he just drank it.
I've missed you on the podcast.
Duh, he looked drunk. But see, now Barry's like, oh man, my speed is gone. Bad, like, just my speed's gone, and they cut to commercial.
So, we get back where Barry's running on the Cosmic. He's running 7 miles per hour.
That's impressive.
That is slow. And Cisco's like, you run slow even for a normal guy, which is a great line.
It's funny just because it's like Barry's not an athlete.
No. So they kind of gave super speed to the wrong person.
I don't get that, though, entirely, because after so long of running at that speed level, don't you think his muscles would eventually, like, just kind of get a little ripped?
Well, the thing is his body's constantly healing, so it wouldn't allow that.
Oh, the tear of muscles to build better, bigger muscles. That sucks. Poor Barry. He's going to be scrawny for life.
Haven't you seen him, like, in the real comics and stuff?
I've seen the old one where he went, like, Soviet Russia, and, like, he was huge. He was built.
Well,
like, this dude went to the gym and just, like, chilled Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Was this Red Sun?
No.
Flash?
It was an old comic. I can't remember. I got it for, like, 10 cents. It was cool, though.
Did you get it from Alan at the comic?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. If you ever in Lodi, Comic Grapevine. Alan owes us a sponsorship now.
Yeah.
I see.
He's going to owe us, like, Dr. Pepper each. So, Joe doesn't believe that Barry lost his powers, so he throws Barry's favorite mug across the room, and Barry just starts crying.
What a jerk thing to do. Like,
I know.
It's like, let me grab something you like, and if it breaks, then you're telling the truth.
If it doesn't, then...
Yeah. You already feel bad. I'm going to make you feel worse.
You're having a bad day. How much more salt? How much more salt can I rub in that wound?
Yeah, really. Let's see here. So Iris walks in.
And she's like, oh, who cares about dangerous criminals when we got the best cops better than Gotham Police? And Flash around.
Yeah, we got it's like, I don't know, she reminds me a lot of, from Arrow.
Laurel?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they're supposed to be doing here.
It's like she's just Laurel, just in this show now.
Yeah. No, the way I see it more so is she's Lois Lane from Smallville.
Like, because she isn't a lawyer, she isn't totally built into there, but...
No, she's studying to be a journalist, more so. She's pretty much just a ripoff of Lois Lane in the comics.
Pretty much. It's easier.
So...
Oh, this is when we meet Clock King.
Yeah, where he's finally in this show. Which I was hoping he'd have his superpowers like he did like he does in the comics. Since metahumans are now here in the show, I thought that he'd get him in this.
I mean, they would have to explain how he got abilities, too.
Yeah. But I like how Clock King just likes Barry's... Oh, I never noticed his...
He's got little clocks in his glasses.
In the comics, that was his glasses, was just like clocks. So, a couple things to notice in this newspaper is, with the change, the merger has fell through. The red skies are still there. What's that say?
I didn't catch it.
The U.S. Postal Service shuts down permanently. And the woolly mammoth charms at the zoo. I'm not joking. That was one of the things listed.
I'm still waiting for him to show...
Grodd?
Yeah, was it Grodd? The monkey.
Yeah, Grodd.
Yeah, because like they showed him earlier and they gave a big hint.
They've given him a couple hints that it could be him.
That's a big villain for the Flash.
Yeah. What I'm excited, or what I'm starting to think Wells actually is the character Pariah. And with Pariah, him in the comics, He's just sent from universe to universe, witnessing the demise of every universe. And right there at the newspaper, Flash is nowhere to be seen, and and the red skies are still going to destroy the world. So he's witnessing the destruction of the universe, sort of thing, and that's what I'm starting to see. Someone told me, "Hey, look up Pariah. He might be Wells." So I checked him out, and I was just like dumbfounded with how perfect Wells fits for Pariah. He even created this like antimatter system, but it blew up and like killed people, gave people powers and sort of stuff,
just like this.
Just like the particle accelerator. And it was very interesting to the point that I believe that Wells is Pariah now.
And that guy, I forgot his name.
His
again.
eyes are
I was gonna
crazy.
say. I was gonna say he has way too much eyeshadow on to be a man.
I was saying more so his pupils are blue.
His pupils are blue.
Not just blue, but intent. Yeah, blackout is what you can call him.
It's like
it's easier to pronounce than Farouk.
Yeah, Farouk's the difficult name to like. Just I know it off the top of my head.
It's like the name in Horrible Bosses on the car system. I can't say that name. That name's a nightmare. So Blackout is trying to break into Star Labs to kill Wells for doing this to him and for killing his friends.
So he's just going to drain the power of the whole city?
Yep.
Like, he could do that.
Well, he did take Flash's power.
But this is the whole city. This is like...
Dude,
way
Barry
more.
creates as much energy as the city.
Yeah.
Barry can be set up like a hamster on a treadmill and run an entire city.
So I don't know why they just don't do that with him.
Because they have a better use for
Hey,
him.
Barry, power the city for like a week. All right. Break the Speedforce while you're at it. And then just they throw him on a treadmill and then that's it.
Yeah. So Clock King is noticing that the power's going out, shoots a cop, and then tells all the other police to put their guns on the floor instantly.
Hostage situation.
Like, he did not waste any time. No pun intended.
Yeah, I wouldn't either if I was in his position.
And just shoots another cop.
There we go.
This is where it just gets awkward.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, there's some resemblance between you two," and it's just because they're the only two African Americans in the building. It's kind of racist.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Clock King on that reason.
Yeah,
they don't look alike.
I mean, like, it's just that. That's the only reason he could say that line.
Speaking of which, where is Iris's mom? We've never seen her in the show. They never even talk about her.
It's like
like Barry's mom was killed. What happened to her?
That's a good point. They've never. Ever...
That's what that just came up in my mind. So I hope we actually get something soon. Now,
hope it's some sort of like mind breaking thing. Like what? Like it's her? Like some crazy person we don't even think of.
Yeah. So Barry called up the captain saying that I can't reach Joe or Iris or anyone in the precinct. What's going on? He's like, there's a hostage situation and they're all in there.
And Barry's freaking out because he has no powers.
So he's worthless. He is literally worthless to everyone in this city.
Keep in mind, Iris at this time is totally thinking the Flash is going to come save her.
Yeah.
The entire time she's in this hostage situation.
So she's just waiting there, like, chilling, like, oh, he'll be here in, like, second.
Then they tell Barry, it's like, hey, your cells haven't changed. They're prime. They just need a jump start. If we shoot you with a bolt of electricity, then...
20,000 kilowatts.
Basically a bolt of lightning.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I thought, when I was watching this episode, I thought that Blackout was going to hit him with the lightning and it was going to juice him up. And then it was just
That's what I thought, too.
Yeah, I got this. And then just goes.
How many times does Barry have to get electrocuted this episode before he gets his powers back?
I got 7.
He gets electrocuted, loses his powers, and earlier he talks to him, Blackout.
Gets electrocuted again.
Right in the chest, hard, too.
Just straight, enough that would pump him, but the way I see it is he takes electricity away. He doesn't give electricity. It's kind of an opposite electricity shot that he does.
But he did burn those people, so it's got some...
Yeah.
It's got power.
I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong then.
Maybe he zaps it away, but at such a extreme force that if your body's normal, it would just get fried.
Yes.
Because Barry's body is not normal.
No. He's not a normal person, regardless. Okay, so the captain is now talking.
Talkman.
His name is William Talkman.
Oh wow.
He was built to be a clock person. Tick-tock.
So you just saying, I got a civilian, it's Iris, do what I say.
He says, let the civilians go. And I love that. Do you want them alive or dead? Be more specific.
It's like, this dude's just like weird, but...
I like how he did that. Did you see that? How it said one vegetarian takeout dinner?
Yeah, he wanted a vegetarian meal. It's like, screw it, man. If you're asking for a helicopter, they'll probably get you the meal, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the easiest thing that they can get him out of that whole thing.
It's like, he's not too bad. To be honest, he doesn't really... He only harms people he has to in this situation. He harmed the 2 police officers that were going to get him, and then...
He's not aimlessly killing people like the Joker.
Yeah. He's threatening, but he hasn't killed anyone that he hasn't had to, just to keep
himself alive.
Yeah. I like this, how he's holding like little balls of lightning while he's talking to Barry.
Yeah. Which, I like the graphics that they're doing to use that. That's very, like, cool.
It reminds me of The Big Bang Theory, the episode you showed me when they showed the Flash.
Oh.
And, like, how he runs and stuff. Like, it's like the same level.
How?
I don't know.
This is advanced.
But, like, when I seen...
the old 1990s?
Yeah, I saw the old Flash, and then I saw The Big Bang Theory where... Who's he? Who is the Flash?
Sheldon.
Sheldon became the Flash, and and then we see this, and it's like the run looks the same. I like it. I'm wondering if whoever made the show, like, saw that and went, oh, well, we could do that.
Well, obviously, that show was, like, popular and famous back then.
Freaking... They just go, oh, let's just cast Sheldon. That'd be funny. I'd laugh. he legitimately...
Which they actually referenced him in a recent episode of Arrow.
They did?
Yeah.
Sheldon?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's weird.
Felicity's boyfriend in college. Did you see that episode?
No.
Oh, well...
Wait, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
that was
his name was Cooper Sheldon.
Oh. I was like, was that the actor? I was like... Oh.
No. They made a reference to him because of how much that show sponsors this show.
Yeah, heck yeah. That's
cool.
So
they named her boyfriend after him, pretty much.
I didn't know that. The thing is, I learn stuff every day.
You're
called
welcome.
Cisco.
Huh?
It's spelled the same too as Cisco Networking.
It is?
Yeah, it's spelled exactly the same. His name's just Cisco.
Well, that's because it's short for Francisco.
Francisco.
He's Vibe from the comics. You don't know who that is.
No, I do not know who Vibe is.
Vibe was a supervillain, or he was supposed to be a supervillain, but he got recruited for the Justice League as a backup person to help out, and he was also there in case like the Flash turned evil, because he's the only one that can knock the Flash out of the Speedforce.
My sister. I was just reading what he was saying. It's like Claw King's big thing is he didn't get to see his dying sister.
Yeah.
When he needed a little bit of time just to see her, and then the district attorney wouldn't, so he's just angry at the whole system. I don't blame him. I would be too.
Yeah. The thing is, the whole episode of him with the arrow, he was trying to get money to save his sister.
So Eddie gets shot right now. This is the third officer to go down. Not die, but
he got
down.
shot like twice in the chest. All the other police got one.
Yeah, it was up. It was close to his shoulder because he ties a tourniquet on him, and he couldn't do that unless it was on his arms.
Yeah, or leg.
Yeah, or leg.
Limb.
Yeah,
just limb.
One of those useless things we got.
I know. You know. We only need one, right?
Yeah, we got two just in case that happens.
Like Anakin, he was able to crawl out of the lava with just one robotic hand,
screaming.
True.
We were brothers!
So back to the serious show.
Yeah.
Blackout is like in Star Labs now, and Barry and Caitlin are in the cosmic treadmill room, and now they have to hide from Blackout.
Yeah, the goal is just to feed Barry electricity so he could become the Flash again.
So Wells is opening the door to the super prison.
Yeah, I forgot what they call it too. It's just like this.
They haven't called it yet in the show.
Well, see, what I don't get is Wells is like he played his hand last time about this. He went
last week.
It was 2 weeks ago. He got one of the metahumans, Plastique, to kill herself to just do what he wants, and he's doing it all over again with what's his name,
Tony Woodward.
Tony.
Girder is who he is in the comics.
And both times before he sent them off on that mission, he stood before them. He wasn't in his chair.
No, he did not stand in front of...
yeah, he did. He stood in front of Plastique.
He did? I don't remember that.
I'm pretty sure he did. Yeah, he every time like he stands in front of someone, they die.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like how once you find out Oliver Queen's secret, either you are now part of Team Arrow or you're dead.
Yeah. It's like whenever you figure out he can stand, it's like... You're probably so far you're dead.
Yeah.
You figure out if you could stand.
That's that point where you shouldn't help him. You should just run.
I still don't get it. Why does he pretend to be paralyzed?
I don't know either.
If you just happen to not get paralyzed from an accident, you don't go, well, it's a good cover to be paralyzed.
Well, here's the thing. When I originally thought he was Professor Zoom, in the comics, Jay Garrick, the first Flash, you know who I'm talking about.
The
guy who wore the steel hat.
That comic book I was telling you about, it was him.
Okay. He... Oh, are they holding... Oh, you were right.
What?
Your whole thing with Caitlin and Barry.
Yeah, it's like they're so Oliver and Felicity. Like, the same chemistry.
Felicity, not V.
Not V-less? Oh, man,
no,
I say it wrong.
It's F.
Felicity.
There you go.
But it's like they got this little, like... we're going to get together at some point vibe.
Yeah.
All the time, and then only when they're by themselves. It's happened like twice.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you're talking about that episode when they're in the precinct, right?
Yeah, it was like early in the show. Like, it was that one, and then this happened twice this episode. It's happening more frequently.
So Girder is getting electrocuted by Blackout.
And he's just like, ouch, that kind of hurt. But, I mean...
Ow.
It looked like that hurt him a lot more than he let on. Like, he looked pretty, like, breathless when he was getting shot.
Yeah.
Right.
But then again, it's sort of like how...
three times. Three times they have this vibe moment. This is another moment. The first one right now was when they were together and they're holding hands. And then now he's like, believe in me. Shoot me with lightning. And,
shoot lightning into my veins.
Yeah. And it's like they have another moment here where it's just the two of them. And they're just straight up, they're just being like a couple almost. Like, they care about each other too much. And she points it out. She's like, I don't want to kill you because I care about you.
And then she's just like, well, I'll flip the switch.
He's like, do it.
Please just do it. Come on. Shoot lightning at me. Ah, there you go.
Yeah, and then earlier when he talks about how he doesn't want to live without the powers, that he likes helping people. And that was like the third moment.
Yeah, I think you got something going on there.
Well,
but it's sort of that thing where they're not going to date, and you kind of know that's not gonna...
I think Cisco's going to enter a love triangle.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Well, I feel that Cisco really doesn't... He's not aiming for a relationship right now. He's more so just stuck with his computer, and he's cool with that.
I think it's going to fall onto him, like, there's going to be something with Cisco and Nat. Like, they've worked together too long for that not to happen.
That he starts to develop feeling. You might be on something there.
Yeah, watch. It'll be like 5 episodes from now. It'll be like the end of the season. There'll be some sort of love triangle being formed.
Well, that would be in about... This episode's 10... Or episode 7. Be about 14 episodes.
Yeah. I truly believe that's going to happen. It's good for TV, too.
Well, out of the two of them, she's the one that becomes the supervillain. So, Clock King takes Eddie's blood from his own arm and starts writing the time he was shot at. And
that he tied the tourniquet onto his arm.
Yeah, that's the time he was writing, actually.
Just so paramedics got to him, they could see, this is when it was applied. See, he's not a very bad person. He just messed up.
Yeah, he goes about what he wants to do in really wrong ways.
He's not an unredeemable villain. He's got this human element to him. You could totally see why he's doing what he's doing.
And that's what's good about good villains. Is there
same with this guy. I didn't forget Tony Woodward. Yeah,
dude, it's your name shortened.
I know. It's like it's my name shortened. I'm so bad with names. Sorry, podcast people of the world. But he's got a redeemable quality about him too. Like right here, he tells Barry to run. Like he's not.
You're good. Run.
He's not a bad person. He just made bad choices. And then, it really hits Barry hard to see his friend, his ex-classmate die in front of him.
Not ex-classmate, his ex-bully more so, dude.
Well, it's like, you get people from your past that you know, and then if you were to see someone you know die in front of you, like,
that's kind of messed up.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Even if it was an enemy. So, the helicopter shows up for Clock King, and he's going to take Iris as his hostage.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't take her right now.
Well, yeah, he's talking. He just says, like, you know, like, he's hinting that you're going to be the one I take.
I think we've been skipping over how Joe's actually been knowing Clock King's references.
Yeah, Joe knows every one of Clock King's references. Like,
yeah.
And then it's like Clock King literally stops in the episode and just looks at him and says, yes. Like,
he's like, I like you. I kill you last.
I respect that. Like,
you know your literature.
Yeah, it's like, that's crazy that he's just like, Benjamin Franklin. It's like, really? You know, like, things Benjamin Franklin said? Like, I don't. Besides the fact he, like, electricity, that's it.
Yeah.
The key and the kite, and it's like Declaration of Independence, that's all. That's all I know about him.
Oh, yeah, he did do the Declaration. See?
Yeah. So I know two things. Both these things I've learned from Sleepy Hollow.
Really?
Yes.
So Barry's, like, getting angry at Wells right now because Tony died in Barry's arms, and Wells sent Tony to go die.
It's like, it's cool that Wells just straight fesses up to it. There's no, like, who did this? Why? And it goes on for, like, a whole season.
Yeah, that's what's good. It's like, Wells is a good... Vil is a good...
I don't know what he is. He's not a villain,
he's a good yes.
He's a good yes.
He's kind of like Deadpool, where he's not a good guy or a bad guy. He just does what he wants, sort of thing, you know?
It's like, I wouldn't play him at poker because I wouldn't be sure if he was cheating. that I have no idea how to, like
he lays down all his cards and he has 5 aces.
And he's got a few in his pocket.
Yeah. It's like, how did you have that?
It's like, I'm wondering when he's just going to reveal, I can walk. Like,
I feel that what they're going to do is they'll make a deal out of it, sort of thing, where he'll get hit. And, that's what I was trying to tell you earlier. He'll probably have to save
Barry for some reason or something, and he has to get out of that chair to do it.
That was what I was trying to tell you earlier, though, with Jay Garrick, is he got messed up, and then he didn't want to run anymore because he was terrified of running. He was terrified of the Speedforce. So his leg got messed up and he had to use a cane, and he just never went to the hospital to get it fixed, and he just used that cane for the rest of his life because he didn't want to run anymore. And that's where, if people are right that he is Zoom, that could be his cover, is he's just not wanting to go at super speed.
Yeah. It's a hot mess. I'm just reading what Cisco's saying there, but he was just telling him how it's mental now. You just got to break that mental barrier and go fast again.
Yeah, it's like someone playing a sport or whatever, which I don't do. It's
well,
the best way I could.
You're really good at playing golf, and then you hurt yourself.
It's more so. No, what he's saying is, if you're good at golf and you're putting and you just miss because you're so pumped to get that last hit in. It's kind of like me when I'm writing and you get a writer's block.
Yeah,
that's what
he yips. That's what he called it.
Which is actually, I believe, the medical term for it, I believe.
So here's the smart part in the episode where basically Iris's dad, Joe, convinces Clock King, hey, let Iris talk to her dying boyfriend on the ground.
You didn't get to say goodbye to your dying sister.
Yeah.
Give her the right you should have.
So he goes, that hit close to home. All right, just, you have 20 seconds. Clock King, that's literally 20 seconds.
Yeah, you don't get a second over, you don't get anything.
So
at 11:45 is when he had the tourniquet put on.
Yeah, so right at this moment, it's unknown to everyone else. He whispers in her ear, basically...
And everyone's just watching this.
What'd he say? I forget what he said, but it's basically, take my gun,
lean closer.
Yeah, here's... And then Joe sees it happen.
And no...
Why does that guy have no pants on?
Who?
The guy sitting next to Joe. He's just sitting there in his underwear.
He is?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
They're not going to show him. Everyone else is clothed. All right. Everyone's clothed, but the guy sitting next to Joe has no pants on.
Well, maybe he was in the bathroom when this all went down. He just
leave the pants.
Just waddled out.
Just leave the pants. Come on.
Well, here's the thing.
They're in a police station. Why does he not have pants on?
Well, dude, T-Rex comes, bites down the porta potty, and that guy didn't have pants on.
Maybe he got scared so bad he ruined his pants.
He's like, hey, do you mind if I take these off? Yeah, I mind.
Yeah. Oh, so Barry's trying to escape with everybody. It fails.
Yeah, Blackout didn't want that to happen.
Basically, he just kills the battery of the car and the garage door opener. Without power, things can't work.
So I believe Clock King just made another reference right there, but Joe isn't there to tell us who said it originally.
Yeah.
He said ankle holster. I always thought he said lean closer.
Yeah, and then that's what I thought he said. So Iris pulls a gun on him. Clock King grabs it, they cut that scene.
And the gunshot goes off, and Joe cries.
Yep. You're
You're a terrible person.
So it's all right now. It's like, all right, Blackout's about to kill him. Then he goes, oh, I'm not going to kill you. There's a guy I'm trying to hunt down.
So, right here, I'm trying to pull it up because they actually give the list.
Yeah, he lists you told me earlier, he just lists a bunch of villains and superheroes of the future.
Yeah, Jake Davenport, Daria Kim, Ralph Dibby, Al Rothenson, Grant Emerson, Will Everett, B. DaCosta, and Ronnie Raymond. Ronnie Raymond, we already know, is going to become Firestorm. And another name in there, I can't remember for the life of me who it is, but I know they become the superhero Elongated Man. Not Plastic Man, Elongated Man. Same power set.
So, basically, he's just telling him, like, I know everybody that died. I feel bad about it.
You can't call me inhuman. I understand all the people that died. I know their names, too.
Like, and then, but freaking Blackouts, he's just kind of messed up.
He doesn't care anymore.
But this...
And then we get the lightning in Barry's eyes.
He kicks it up
That
a
is
notch.
just awesome of the speed.
Yeah, he outruns lightning. Well, not lightning, but electricity, which is still very impressive.
At a huge speed, he outruns it.
Yeah.
He goes, drops off Harrison, goes to the back room, puts on the costume, comes back out.
What's funny is Cisco and Caitlin, they don't notice that, what's his name? Oh,
Barry?
not knowing
Wells?
Wells. That Wells is moving his legs when Barry drops him off. Like
He did?
Yeah, he moved his legs back and forth. Well, because it's like it...
Well, he could have moved his hips, and that would have been...
But, like, his legs were moving right there. I just noticed his knee was
I didn't
rocking
even
back
notice.
and forth.
Interesting.
Like, he has control of his legs.
That's actually just the editor's fault that they didn't catch that.
Yeah. But see, now they're just doing shots of him from chest up.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, we can't show his legs because he moves.
I guess as actors, they wouldn't, like, respond to that. But if, according to the show, if they saw his leg move, they'd trip balls. They'd be like, oh my god, he can walk.
Whoa! So, Barry freaks out and just runs to the police department now. After he kills Blackout. See, another person that doesn't need to go into the super prison.
And he was unintentionally killed. So the only person in that super prison is...
the Mist.
The Mist.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, here's Clock King getting arrested.
Everyone else died. The weather medic.
Weather Wizard. Multiple Man. Oh, Multiplex was his name.
And,
well, Captain Cold, he just walked away.
Yeah, he didn't die.
He didn't die and he didn't get arrested. He just walked away from him.
It's like, basically anyone Barry captures is either used to be sacrificed in the future episode or they die in battle.
I know. Which I don't think we're ever going to see the Mist again
Okay.
until it's a big thing.
In a room full of geniuses, why would they lock up a dead body in prison and zip it in a bag?
Well, like I said earlier, it's a comic book show. No one stays dead in comic books, so it's kind of like...
They're geniuses. It's like, they're...
All he would need is, with that character, with his powers, all he would need is a jump start to his heart and he could live.
Probably.
He just hook up a car battery and stuff and he'd just be back alive.
But I'm surprised none of them question it. They don't talk about why they locked him in there. It was just a unanimous decision. Let's lock him up.
I can see it more so in the sense of they're trying to hide the body.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Bury it. That's what we've been doing for a long time.
Wait,
you dig a hole and
you
just drop it.
No, you just go to Pig's Lake, dude. Put a cinder block on the lake.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to dispose of a body.
Dude, I haven't been to Lodi Lake since I've been back.
Dr. Wells.
Speaking of which, everyone, 52's in the background.
Yeah, 52.
You're welcome.
Lot. 52 again.
Yeah. This is still in tank 52, so I may have actually already covered this 52 before. Apologies to everyone if I've already.
It's like there's a lot of 52s.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I really liked the number 52 because Cartoon Network was on it.
Yeah, and also Clay Matthews jersey.
Yeah, Clay Matthews jersey. That was sick. I like the Packers guys. No hate.
I'm a Chargers fan.
It's all good. The Chargers might get Marshawn Lynch.
Who?
Marshawn Lynch from Seattle.
Oh, nice.
They might get him. And then
we got good Matthews, but he got messed up in the season.
Yeah, he keeps getting hurt. But all right, off football.
Oh yeah,
we're doing Flash.
We're doing Flash,
Yeah.
not football.
All right, so basically, him and Barry and Wells just bury the hatchet. They're good with each other now. After Barry talked heck of smack about how he doesn't care about human life.
Oh, so now we get drugged up Eddie.
See, this tells me that Eddie is not Zoom.
Yeah.
Because he got shot He was dying, and now he's in a hospital. Like, he's a normal guy.
Well, the thing is, he could have Barry's speed, but he may not have his healing ability.
But he would have not gotten shot in that situation if he had Barry's speed.
Yeah.
Because Barry not only moves fast, he reacts fast, and he processes everything fast.
True.
So if a gun was shot at him, he would see it, it would come at him, and he'd dodge it.
Which, did you notice that? Oh, Barry just told him to do it. That's the thing.
No, he said dude.
No, he said do it.
No, he said dude.
I thought he said do it.
We're reading this on subtitles, guys, so it's like we're not hearing it, we're just reading it.
They know that.
Yeah.
Right, everyone? You know that?
You know it by now.
See, they all said yes, probably.
Yeah.
Either that or they all look crazy talking into their headphones.
Oh, yeah, I forgot a time-honored tradition. What's Hannah, Mel?
What about Mark and Matt?
Oh, yeah, what's Hannah, Mark, and Matt? And Mel?
They've been with us
Your
since
shout
Sword.
out. Yeah, he uses Sword. Which I thought was Arrow.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. So, Iris is talking to the Flash, and the Flash is like, you're worth being on time for.
Basically, Barry's been having these lines in his head since he was a kid of what he wants to say to her, and now as the Flash, he can just kind of like bust out a romantic line on her and just run off.
And just, like, giggle away.
Yeah. She's just like, man, this would be some bad... I can't swear, but, you know, you'd be like, this is some good stuff I could say to her. I'm gonna do it. It's the Flash.
Like, he's been holding it in a notebook since he was 10.
Yeah, it's like, if he's been in love with her that long, he's had some lines that he's been wanting to say, and he just has never said them. Oh, back to the standing room. It's been 312 days.
Since lightning struck. Which, they're doing it accurate. That was when the mid-season finale went out. For season 2 of Arrow,
It's been about a year.
Yeah.
So he's just saying he thought that Barry's attachment to people was slowing him down and keeping him from hitting the Speedforce, but now he's going, wait, no, his attachment is actually increasing his powers.
Yeah. I don't know if they show the newspaper in this scene again. I don't think they do.
Yeah, I think they do.
They do?
He shows the newspaper every single time he walks in there.
So the merger's good, the red skies vanish, and Flash disappears in a crisis. Which, this is a reference to Crisis on Infinite Earths, which is where Pariah's big story is in the comics. So that could mean that Wells is Pariah. And in an episode, he called himself a pariah.
A pariah?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that, but that's cool.
So there's a 78% chance that Wells is Pariah.
Where did you get that number? That's your number. All right. How about this? There's a 52% chance.
No, it's
52 is used everywhere, man. Gotta use 52.
I didn't even catch that.
You didn't catch that 52, huh?
So what speed's he at? Oh, they aren't even saying.
Yeah, you can't see it. I'm assuming he's going
really fast.
Yeah, he's just going faster, almost as fast as I can run.
Okay, so no way.
See, this is weird.
So he walks. Wells walks, obviously, since no one's around.
And he even does a whisper to
Blackout.
Yeah, not to Blackout, to Smoke. Mist.
Mist.
Yeah. So Mist sees him standing, and then he's like, shh.
Don't say anything.
See, they're kind of messed up to the prisoners. I don't know how they feed them. I don't know how
That's
they
the
sleep.
Thing. How do they even feed Mist? Like, I can understand them opening up a slot to feed each of them.
Come out.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, is how is Mist staying alive?
My biggest question is how they poop. There's no toilet. There's nothing. Like, it's just a room.
Well, we don't...
No bed, nothing.
Truthfully, all we know is the front of the prison. There could be a backside to all this.
But it was never designed as a prison.
True.
So it was designed
and that's the end of the episode.
Yeah,
what Wells just did, we skipped over because
Yeah.
Anthony wanted to talk about them pooping in prison.
Yeah, well, he takes his blood. He's trying to figure out how did he take away Barry's powers. He wants to learn how to do that. Which
could mean an infinite amount of things that he wants to prevent from Barry losing his powers ever again. He could. There's so many different things could be trying to do with that knowledge.
There's even the idea that he could possibly be Zoom, but
yeah.
It's still out there. No one knows really who Zoom is yet.
And we will not know for probably 2 more weeks.
I think they're doing it on purpose, just because they don't want to give away anything. So they're just giving us just enough to ponder.
Yeah. And next week we got the Arrow Flash crossover that we're gonna do,
which I'm looking forward to.
Which we're gonna have to talk about our scheduling for the podcasting on that after this.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Most likely it'll be a podcast, and it'll be posted online. And you viewers, or not viewers, you listeners,
they can't see us.
If you could see us, you would stop watching immediately.
Yeah, especially me. I'm sorry, guys. You're gonna start it off when I tell you. Okay. And then after we get the crossover episode, you want to know who the villain is for the crossover?
Who?
Boomerang.
Boomerang. Oh yeah, you told me that.
Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, I guess he's an ex-Argus agent. He used to be part of Argus, and then got they didn't like him. That
kind of bums me out. Is they have this Flash, and then they have Arrow, and now they're mentioning Bruce Wayne, but there's no.
They can't.
There's just Gotham.
The thing is,
the movies have ruined a series for Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, the thing with Gotham though is it's not connected to this at all.
It's in the past. It's way in the past.
Yeah, it's back in the 80s or whatever.
Yeah, with Gordon. With Officer Gordon.
Yeah.
Or Commissioner in the future.
Well, he's detective right now. Yeah. But that show's not even connected to this, and they're saying possibly that the Supergirl show will be connected to this, and I'm hoping Titans will also be connected.
Yeah, you're talking about Titans.
I'm excited for Titans.
That sounds interesting. I'll watch it.
I wonder if they're going to have Beast Boy on that show, because that would be one of the hardest things for them to film.
Yeah, because a green guy who could just transform into any animal.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do it.
They could do it, but dude, that's
where a lot of money.
That would be where all their money for the show would go. They couldn't even have Raven in the show.
Yeah, it's hard with a team. It's one person.
If they did a show on Nightwing, that'd be the cheapest show, like Arrow. Well, Arrow ain't cheap, but
I don't think any of these shows are even remotely cheap.
Well, Flash definitely isn't.
Yeah, all the special effects for him to run and do all the villains that they have, definitely.
Yeah. And then after the crossover week, the episode title is The Man in the Yellow Mask.
And we get to know who Zoom is finally.
Which, there's they talk about, I read a plot for the episode, which I'll tell you after, because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who doesn't want to know.
Yeah.
But, you want to kick it off?
All right. To join the discussion with everyone, go to facebook.com/group/speedforce. /speed. Yeah. Is that force?
Yeah, Speedforce podcast.
It's weird to read it all in one word.
That's because I also just realized I typed in force wrong.
That explains why I could not read it.
We've been doing this podcast for about 7 episodes now.
Well, basically, go to our Facebook page for the Speedforce podcast, and
or to have your email read at the beginning of the podcast, like everyone does. Email us at speedforcepodcast@gmail.com.
For us here at Speedforce, I'm Anthony.
And I'm Phil. Ride the lightning, speedsters.
Wish I'd never gone into my lab to experiment that night before lightning flashed around me and time changed speed. Now I gotta try to be so patient until calamity will strike, because when things change in an instant, it's almost fast enough for me. And I'll be there before you know it. I'll be gone before you see me. Do you think you can imagine anything so lonely? And I know you'd really like me, but I never stick around, 'cause time keeps dragging on and on.